The brothers' home was a facility located in Busan, South Korea, officially presented as a rehabilitation center for the homeless and beggars. Opened in the 1970s, it promised to offer shelter and a chance at redemption to those living on the margins of society. But behind this facade of benevolence lay a very different reality. The facility was, in fact, a place of forced detention, where thousands of people were imprisoned against their will, subjected to forced labor and unimaginable abuse. For years, the brothers' home managed to hide its crimes. But in the 1980s, a courageous journalist, Kim Yong-hwan, began investigating the facility. What he discovered was shocking. Thousands of people, including children, the disabled, and the poor, had been kidnapped from the streets and locked up in the facility. The detainees were forced to work in inhumane conditions, often beaten, tortured, and stripped of all human rights. Some never made it out alive. When the truth came to light, the scandal shook South Korea. Authorities were forced to intervene, and the facility was finally shut down in 1988. However, many of those responsible were never properly punished, and the victims never received justice. The brothers' home became a symbol of the horrors that can lurk behind seemingly benevolent institutions, and a reminder of the need to protect human rights. The story of the brothers' home inspired some of the darkest scenes in Squid Game, the Netflix series that took the world by storm. In the series, participants are forced to compete in deadly games, while outside the playing field, society ignores or exploits the most vulnerable. This analogy is no coincidence. Both stories reflect a critique of social inequality and systemic violence, themes that are unfortunately still relevant in many parts of the world. Today, the brothers' home is a painful memory for South Korea. Some of the victims and their families continue to fight for justice and recognition. The story of the facility has been told in documentaries and books, but for many, it remains an open wound. This story reminds us of the importance of not forgetting the past and fighting for a future where human rights are respected and protected. Thank you for joining us on this journey through a shocking piece of history. If this video impacted you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dives. What do you think? Did you already know about the brothers' home? Let us know in the comments. We are Curiosity Boost, soon to be Beyond the Obvious, and we're here to explore the mysteries of science, history, and technology with you. Until the next adventure,